Right, and it's always great to see the big boss, the ADs there as well. Chris Pfarr from Minnesota will take on the national champion as a freshman last year, Mark Hall.
Tell you what, Mark Hall, 19-0 on the season. We mentioned how smooth Vincenzo Joseph was. This man has just been amazing. Mark Hall, tough matchup here for Chris Pfarr, but he'll give you, just like the other two guys have done, a good, consistent effort in this match. Good little scrambler, not little, but he's long and lanky.
No, you're right, Jim. Chris Pfarr, every time we've seen him, he always steps forward. He always gives it all he's got. He's grew up on a farm and blue collar, and he and his brother Brett have really been a staple in the Minnesota lineup. But Mark Hall stepped in last year as a freshman, a true freshman, and won a national title.
You see, that's the side he likes to go to off that elbow tie, a little duck action there to the high crotch, and then he switches off to the single leg. That's great at finishing from this position as well. A lot of times the guys get their heads thrust to the inside. They're not as effective at finishing it, but good job of keeping his hips in, chest up, elevating that leg, and being patient, right, with the trip.
And Mark Hall, who competed in Minnesota, Apple Valley, Minnesota, the powerhouse program of Apple Valley. True sophomore this year. Came out of red shirt in the middle of the year last year, and actually finished as a runner-up in the Big Tens and avenged that and won the national title as a true freshman in that run of 5 for Penn State from 149 through 184 in the NCAA finals last year.
One thing impressed me about Mark Hall is how tough he's on top and the way he makes the opponent carry his weight. He's got this, cross-face cradle going. He's pretty effective of it. It reminds me of Easy Ed Ruth, with his effectiveness with the cradle. And, guys are just better off just to battle it, and maybe Hall becomes a little bit impatient with it while he's going for the fall, but you've got to be conscious of his ability to go ahead and lock that up. He makes you carry his weight so much, and then he's got the leg in at the same time, and now he's turning the hips first and then collecting the head. See how the hips are turned? And stay with that. You'll probably get another bite of it as far as the hip turn goes. Well, Pfarr does a nice job of covering all 4 fingers right there.
Both guys work. Let's go. Both
fighting
guys
off of
work
it.
to improve.
19 wins for Mark Hall already this year, one of the leaders on the team.
Yeah, just when Pfarr's about ready to come up, that's when you get that hard cross face. It's not meant to it's meant to capture the Pfarr tricep right there. Short time. These are the things you're looking at. Championship wrestling, staying in the top position at the end of periods.
And just a savvy and Mark Hall working on all areas right there. As you pointed out, really, really tough on top, and he can do it all. On his feet underneath, he's really no weak points.
Take a look at that finish right there. Just how he keeps his chest was up right there. He was like finishing a clean exercise. He's popping his hips in, has chest up. You can see where the leg almost replaced the barbell as far as the action goes. Able to scoop the leg up.
Chris Pfarr starting out on the bottom for Minnesota, and Hall gives him the one escape. 2-1 now, second period.
Nice thing I liked about that finish, though, but he's also light enough on his feet right there not to be, allowed the roll through to happen. A lot of times guys from their feet, when they get up the single leg, will dive through to try to hit some sort of ankle pass.
Pfarr out of LeSueur, Minnesota, LeSueur Henderson High School. As I mentioned, his brother was an All-American, and Pfarr has worked his way into the lineup the last couple of years and stepping in and always stepping forward for the Gophers.
Yeah, once again, no backward steps here for the Gopher.
Never won a high school title. Here he is in the Big Ten. Worked his way into the lineup when we talk about 3- and 4-time state champions.
Yeah.
No shot here yet. Stay on him. Stay on him. Focus.
There's that little duck under attempt there by Hall. Was able to get the only takedown of the match with that technique start off with, but you can see that Pfarr's done a pretty good job of neutralizing there with the over tie on the right arm. See the right arm? Now he's following it up with an underhook. He's waiting for Hall to reach, and he comes over the top with that right arm. So the over tie right there. And he's actually got his thumb down by the trap, keeping distance with him. He's measuring him there.
Real important 15 seconds for Chris Pfarr right here.
Just to keep it close.
That's right.
You know, and when you're in matches like this, you just got to be tough. Just be a tough out, right? Be a guy that's going to go out there and compete. And you never know what changes. You know, some guys may get impatient.
Well, you're looking
take advantage of that, but, you know, Hall is so poised, you don't see a lot of that. He's content, and he understands what's going on about a guy that's trying to keep the match close.
Well, and you're looking at such an exceptional athlete in Mark Hall, and a guy in Chris Pfarr that you talked about it. He's tough, and he's got great heart here, and there's just a lot of grit going on here. But from an athleticism standpoint, you're looking at somebody very exceptional in Mark Hall, who's very slick. Here he is on his feet right now. It's 3-1 with that escape. There's riding time in Hall's favor. So far, your point of Chris Pfarr and how he has kept, since the first period, Mark Hall getting past his line of defense.
Yeah, you saw that little whip over action right there, and that was, you know, he put himself a little bit out of position when he did that. It's a pretty advanced move. You see that the finest international wrestlers will hit that when they feel a guy coming into them. But again, that's the type of thing that Pfarr is going to need to get into this match, is to you know, test Hall's poise. I'm not saying it's going to happen, and that's that beautiful duck he can always come back to.
Wow.
That's his signature.
I mean,
it's fun. Yeah.
It really is.
That's right back in it again. Nope. Yeah, they're both up. Yep. There's another takedown. So he hit it twice in the span of about 20 seconds, maybe 15.
And he sets so much action up with the duck under as well.
Yeah.
If he's looking for something big, it's going to be set up by the duck. And
well, he allows his opponent to decide how to pick his poison at that point, right? And he gets the duck. The first one, he ended up hitting the single leg with it. That time, he went with a straight duck. And if you mentioned, he can go ahead and throw it too if you bring your hips into it.
Or drop down to the single, whatever. Yeah. I've not seen anybody in a long time that could set with that duck. I mentioned it last time, whether it's Nate Carr, Alan Freed. I mean, there are some guys that had this style.
Yeah. Right there, off the elbow tie.
Did I mention slick?
You see?
Wow.
Coach Eggum, man, he looked over at Luke Becker and said, did you see that?
Well, there's the winner, Mark Hall. He just won his 20th, and for that, he is our State Farm State of Success.